Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Méchet for episode number 14, where we're still in June, at the end of June. We haven't moved on, and the reason for that is we had a couple of things we wanted to do in June before we move on. We're going to have a bit of work to do crop wise when we do move on. I'm just going to drop the trailer in the middle of the yard. I know I regret it in a bit, but however, it's done. Yeah, what we're doing is we're kind of tidying up a few bits and pieces. I did say I was going to sort out storage for the products from both the snail cooking and the cheese, just to store it so we can sell it at the best prices. And yeah, I have done the first one up here, and I'm going to put this in straight away. And it's just kind of, yeah, we're just kind of got to work on a few bits and pieces before we move forward and start our, I don't know what, I can't even remember what we have. This is where I need a forklift up here. It'd be much handier. I don't mean the articulated one which I brought back up to the other farm. I mean a forklift. These little storage bins, I have it down in here. It fits in the shed lovely here. It holds 120 pallets, so we're just going to use that to store the cheese is on the other two farms, and pallets of cooked snails. Took me a while to think of what they were. Now, will they go in? They're gone in. Yeah. They're 2,000 for that storage unit. I think it fits in well. I would prefer the Lizard brand, wasn't it? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me either way. If it was less branding on it, if you could change it to just have a different colour even or whatever, but you know what, it is what it is, and I'm making a total hash out of this because you're watching me. And anyway, we'll jump into the calendar and look at that. That was superb driving. I wouldn't mind. These are liftable. You couldn't make it up. I do that 100 times off camera without any problems whatsoever. I'm trying to talk and work at the same time is, beyond me sometimes. Anyway, yeah, we're just going to store this until its best price. We got this one in here easy enough. I was kind of surprised I was actually able to fit it in, and the spawn is on the side, so it's not too bad. The other ones require a little bit more work. I'm not too sure about the location for one up on the goat farm. Really not too sure about the location, but we can hold 120 pallets in them, so we're going to store them. If we look at the time saving stock check, like the aged goat cheese is October, then we have our Morvan Tom cheese is in October as well, so we're going to store that. And then the cooked snails have gone past already. They're February. So we're going to try and save them and not sell them every month. We're going to try and make the farm more efficient in the sense that it can go without having to do that. So I'm kind of happy the way that fitted in here. Now, let's move to this farm. That's convenient. We ended up on the right one. Looking for location here. Looking at this shed, you know, I was thinking of swapping this out. Now, the only thing is, the shed we have on the other farm with the, it'd be actually this shed here with the plinth in it. Now, that's obviously a separate cow. It's really expensive, which is why I put that down. Now, what I was thinking of doing was, I need to get a rock breaker and break out this. And I was thinking of putting it down here. Let's just, no, we're not going for controls. We're going for construction. Wrong button. Construction. Okay, I need to switch over to the mouse. And storage. I was thinking of maybe putting this, if it'll fit. I didn't even try it yet. It looks like it's going to be tight. Thinking of putting this in here. I'm putting the storage in there, which will mean changing, getting rid of the rocks, getting rid of the trees. So need to get a rock breaker to get rid of that. And actually putting the refrigeration unit over there. I had looked at the possibility of putting it in here, but I think I want to keep that as is. I don't want to go change it and take it out. Any of the clutter around the yard or the decorations, I don't want to take them out. Now, one thing I did do because I was looking to see could I get rid of the decorations down here, and I could. And we're going to show you exactly why we've done that now, because I want to make TMR. So I am going to make TMR I wouldn't call it cheaty way, but using the normal 4 ingredients rather than the 6 ingredients there seems to be on the map. So this will actually fit here, I think. Let's we're spending our money. No, we need to knock off the lock. Try and get it square. It never lines up 100%. Now lock it off and see can we get her. There you go, that's not too bad. It's close enough. Slightly out. That's actually pretty good. So I was going to put that just here. That's 35 grand. Did I place it? No, I didn't place it. Overlaps an object, that's why. So, this is for our TMR. We got to put in the ingredients. We have, we need hay, mineral feed, silage and straw. So, that'll give us our TMR. So, we're going to use that so we can do our TMR. We're going to have our silage here. We're going to have to take it out with the bucket and put it in. And we're going to have our hay and our straw is in the shed, and we'll have to buy mineral feed. If you remember at the start, I bought mineral feed and I wasted it because I didn't mix properly in the mixer wagon, because I didn't add in the soybeans, and there was another element that needed to be added to it. If we run up to the mixer wagon, it'll actually tell us. Is that the straw blower? That's the straw blower. Forage mixer. Oh yeah, there we go. Green rye, I think it is. So we would have needed, that looks like alfalfa or silage on the top. Like the mix is completely different. Using the mixing machines on this map, even if you buy another mixer, it's the same. So you could say I'm cheating by putting that in, but I will eventually see what we need for this and grow the crops and then try it. But for now, we're going to mix our TMR through that. So basically, we're just going to tidy up a few bits. We're going to have to get rid of the shrubbery and that area here. We're going to have to lease a rock breaker, get rid of this, tidy up around here and just make a way in. Put that shed down and put the storage in there so that we can store our cheese from here into that. And that's kind of the game plan at the start before we start moving forward into June or into July. In July, what do we have? Let's have a look. Just moving forward. What have we got that's ready? We actually have winter wheat canola, spring barley, and alfalfa is ready. They're all ready in July. So we have a bit of work to do going forward. So that's kind of the game plan is I just want to sort out around the yard first. The other farm up the top, if we have something up there that we can jump to, we have, yeah. The combine is up there. I had looked at putting it here, but I can't remove this stuff out of here. So I don't know where I'm going to put it here. I didn't try put it in the shed. I think it would look a bit weird if there's, it probably would fit in there, you know. But then again, the unloading part is going to be on this end, right beside the spawn point. So there's too many other triggers around here. I thought about this shed, if I could remove it. But, you know, I like the layout. I don't want to go disturbing it. I really don't want to go. So we'll work something out. I did overlap it here to see, and yeah, I can't get rid of these. These won't disappear. They won't go. It comes up all right, but it won't allow me to get rid of them. The map hider won't hide them either. So there's obviously one piece that you click on that gets rid of everything. And I'm happy enough to leave the rest of the stuff. I don't want all this to disappear out of the yard. It kind of takes away from it. So look, maybe a case that we can't put one up here in a suitable place, but we'll cross that bridge anyway. But for now, let me get a skid steer hired, get a rock breaker on it. I need a bucket as well. I haven't got a bucket for my loader. I have everything else. And let me get that the rocks broken in that location, get the trees cleared, and let's get that shed down and get the storage there before we move on to the next month. We have our cheese inside. Is on the main farm. Didn't work out as planned. I had to put it here because this is part of the decorations. It's not a breakable rock and I can't get rid of it. As I said, there probably is a way of getting rid of it when you find whatever one is the main one, but it gets rid of everything else. So no, we leave it be. I just took a bit of debris down to try and make it look a bit authentic. These barrels I put in as well, and I done that shed. You can go into the shed and turn off all of these pallets and that, but I just left them there. The box in the corner, all of that. All of these are all put down by me as well, just to give a little bit of authenticity to the I couldn't put the shed in because it look, it's just the way it was. It wasn't going to work. It's okay where it is. It'll do. As you can tell, when I say it'll do, it means it's okay. It's not what I wanted, but not being able to remove this kind of scuppered the idea. But you know what? For now, it will do for now. We might come up with another idea down the road. So have we everything taken care of before we move forward? I think we have. I just got to scoot around the farms, the pastures, the whole lot, and I'll bring it back in then. They're full of manure again in there. Well, there's not that much in it, although there is 21,000 litres, which not that much is. It is enough. But once we do our fields, we can get that spread anyway. We can let that build up. Yeah, it would be ideal if we could take that manure and deposit it elsewhere. But you know what? It is what it is. The other thing I'm going to do before I move forward is I'm going to get some bales and get them in here. And just get this up and running before we move forward a month. So we're going to already have TMR. So I need to find my case, which is there. And I need to get my loader for the case, which is here. And I had to move the other loader, which is why... oh, no, I don't need the case loader. I need the John Deere. God, we got the loader for the John Deere. And it has the bale grab on it. Yeah, super strength on because I just moved the loader around my way. While I was placing the thing, too lazy to get the tractor and hook it up. And here I am hooking it up now. Okay, let me get TMR shifted. Or get TMR on their way, not shifted. Let me get it on their way. And I will bring you back in then. We will be in July the 1st. I'm just going to check on all the animals and all that just to make sure we have water where it's meant to be and we have everything where it's meant to be and we're not letting anything run out. And I didn't close the door into the field after I brought the bales in. So, cows don't escape anyway, thankfully. Okay, I'll get... I think what we have normal silage, we've alfalfa bales, which is silage. I wonder, would this take an alfalfa bale? Okay, we're gonna try this and see anyway. Let's just see while I have you here. Cut, open, wrong one. There we go. I was pressed the wrong button. Just to see, will this mixer take the alfalfa bale? I wonder what was happening there. We were stuck in the wall. Oh. Bad driving again. Now, I don't know whether this will take alfalfa. I do not think so. No, it's not going to take it. Yeah, not going to take it. Nope. Oh, okay. Leave you up there. Okay, so we just have to feed the alfalfa direct. We have normal silage. Let's take 6 bales out and wrap them. And it should take these, should be able to grab 2 in the one go. Now, zoom in where I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's not what we've planned. Okay. I only want 2. Yeah, just to see, are we okay this time? You can't drop them just in front of it, it'll take them in, but... Yeah, they're working. So it won't take alfalfa. Okay, let's just check. Yeah, silage in there. Okay, at least we know. The alfalfa bales will just have to go. Just have to use them for silage. It'll go in here, yeah, it'll go in here, but it won't go into the... Are we out of food? No, we're not. That's okay. I'll be worried there for a minute. Close the door. Okay, let me get this topped off anyway. I'll bring it back in. We'll be in July when I bring it back. Moved on to July, so we're getting stuck into these harvests. I was going to say contracts, but they're not contracts. These harvest crops we need to get out of our own fields. So I'm doing the alfalfa this time using the combine to take the seed off it. And that'll drop hay, I think, so I can bale that up then after I do that. And yeah, I just want to try it a different way. I know I did say it to you. I did take a contract that had alfalfa in it. But I didn't show it to you. I just done it just to find out how it worked. Yeah, it was the last thing I done after I finished the episode, the last episode. So basically just use the combine, picks up alfalfa seeds, which also obviously have a value on them, and then it drops alfalfa hay. Now the other thing, this will be the second cut out of this alfalfa field, and I don't know how many cuts you get before you have to re-sow, so we're going to find that out too. It shouldn't take too long, I reckon, given how the last one I done was a much bigger field. Now I had rented equipment doing it, and I didn't need to empty the combine at all, so I'm expecting that to be the same here. Now when we finish this, we have, what have we got? We have our grass fields are ready. There's 2 of them. I think one of them is a pen, maybe both of them are pens. Winter wheat, canola, alfalfa we're doing, and spring barley. So we're going to be busy enough for the rest of this episode with the contracts. I did get the TMR going. I reduced the production rate down to 50%, and we still have 100,000 litres of TMR in that mixer, so it is pretty quick. Haven't fed any to any of the animals yet. Not going to do that until most of what they have has run out, because otherwise it doesn't complement each other. It'll just use the TMR and it won't use the other feed, but then again it'll only allow me put in the percentage of space available in TMR, so I kind of want to run it down so I can get as much of the TMR in as possible. Contract wise, we have a mowing contract there, which I meant to send the tractor off to do before I started this, and I didn't, because I have the tractor back in the farm running, sitting there waiting. I just drove up the tractor and trailer and meant to go back, and I didn't. So let's just do that now. We'll get that going. We have the feed set up. We're just going to throw that on the field and let it do it. Shut that down for a minute. Go back to the feed, which is still running. I moved the John Deere out of the way to get this loaded onto the feed. And field number 10, which is fairly close by. Might as well throw a worker on to do some of the contracts while I'm doing the harvest work. Yeah, field number 10 is... Yeah, we've done work on this before. I didn't notice what flashed up on the screen there. There was something came up anyway. Something's out of something. Now, I'll get this guy started up in field number 10, which is... Oh, I'm looking at the map and nearly driving into the pole. Yeah, I know where it is, just up here. I'm just wondering when we put our silage maize in and it ferments, I presume it just ferments as normal silage that we can add into that mixer. If it doesn't, well then we're going to have to figure that one out. Just like we have our alfalfa bales of silage won't go into it, but I'm going to use them up in the field up there with the Charolais cows in it. Cattle. Greenhouse. No snail food mix. Yeah, there's probably no... probably ran out of grain in the snail food mix and probably ran out of... Yeah, we'll leave you there. We'll go back to our combine. And I will deal with the snail food mix later on. Just going to get our field done. Ah, the greenhouses aren't there. Yeah, there mustn't be enough snail food mix being made now. It must have run out. Okay, at least our production mod shuts them down so it's not costing me money. Production had run out of limestone, so we're going to top it off. Just had to run down with the truck down to the store and pick it up. So we've reduced our money down a bit again, as we keep doing. This time I'll show you how easy it is to put this in. I probably did already show you. You don't need to use the loader. Only when you have it on this, because it's really easy to get in close. Now, the cold store I put down is very close to it as well. 2 triggers. There you go. That couldn't be any easier. So our production is up and running again. Simple as. Let's check. Caramel, yeah. Sorghum's going to run out first. Limestone. There's another 6 pallets, I think, left still down at the shop. Okay, back to my harvesting. Alfalfa harvest done. Well, the seed harvest is, I don't know how much this is worth. It probably won't tell me until it's in storage. Knock off the combine. It's only 2,400 litres. But let's have a look in prices. Alfalfa. I presume that's it there. So it'll be worth a bit in January. Okay. So I presume that's it. We'll put it in the silo at the main farm. And yeah, I'm a bit tight now for the clothesline. We need to get this combine back down to the main farm. Is it needed up at the... It's actually needed up at the other one as well. We've our barley to do up there as well, but you know what? I might actually hightail it over there first and do it, because purely because we'll park this down at the main farm this time when we go back. So we're heading to do our summer... It is our summer wheat. It is ready. Let's check. Summer wheat or summer barley. Which is this field here. Ready to harvest, ready to harvest. Hate that sometimes when you come in. The graphics. You know what? I know what's causing that. Okay. Let me get back to my combine. I'm going to rectify that problem. I need to log out and log back in again. Snail food mix is run out in house number 9. Okay, I'll talk to you when I'm over there harvesting that field anyway. I'm just about to start this summer spring barley, it is, isn't it? It is, yeah. We're still getting that effect on the... I did quit out of the game and all. Maybe it's just the way it looks from the up close. Yeah, just before we do this stock check, Alfalfa. Just checking the prices and stuff. The Alfalfa itself is worth quite a bit. We've only got 2,400 litres and it's worth, at the peak, it'll be worth nearly 9,000. So it's very valuable. That's something to keep in mind, because you get your hay and then you get a crop that's sellable for a decent price. So I have the tractor up the other end. It's parked down there. You can barely see it. It's camouflaged in the ditch. John Deere, you can see the yellow rims. And yeah, we're going to get this done. This is going to go straight into the feed for the snails. And then we're going to move back to the other farm. We have canola and winter wheat on the other farm. So we move back down there, and then of course we're going to have all the baling to do from all the 4 fields. Once this is done and get the bales off, we're going to be pretty chock-a-block with straw. When we look at our money, it's telling us we have a total value of 223,000 now, raising to 411 if we hang on until the peak. I haven't really gone through it. I'm just looking to see what we have in cheese and stuff like that. That's all. And yeah, it's easy enough to make money on this map from the looks of it. But yeah, we're going to keep snails ticking over themselves. We're going to keep, as I said, the firewood, we're going to shut that down anyway once it's used up everything that's in it. That's done. And we will eventually do the grapes, but I have a sneaky feeling that's going to be in probably year 3 at least. We're not in a rush to do it. But I have to say, every time I drive around this map, because I moved the tractor up to do cultivation in field number 40, I just going to stay on this map for quite some time. I really like the map. I love the layout of the fields. Anyone who's on my channel for quite a while will know I don't like combining fields. I don't think I would do that on this map at all, because a lot of thought, well, not just this map, and a lot of the maps, a lot of thought goes into the layout from the map modders. Now, they do design them for the people who want to merge fields and change the look and do different things. And I did say it about the canola and the winter wheat field we have, because it's very thin strip between the two. It'd be very easy to knock them into one. And that's fine. If you're into that, that's fine. I'm not saying I never will, but I'm happy enough just to motor on the way things are. What I would do quite a bit of when ploughing them is I extend the ditches or the boundaries. I'll allow create a field when I'm doing the outside and just let straighten things up. That's all. But in general, I don't tend to do a lot of merging of fields. Different map like Wallace Aberesca, yeah, maybe, because they're all running the same direction, big long straight fields, and they can be fairly small, but they're long and straight, and there's a little strip between them in the middle, so they're like you're combining 2 fields to make it like a 4 or 5 acre field. It's not like you're combining 2 strips to make a 20 acre field. On small Polish maps like that, yeah, I would be open to combining some of the smaller fields together. But something like this, because of the design, even the thoughts of taking out the forest there and straightening the edge, I had a look at it and I thought about it when I was working on it, getting this field ready. But I just said, no, it has a bit of character. You have to, like, even if I wasn't using GPS, which it sometimes don't, you just have to control it yourself and go around. I just use it when I'm talking to you because I tend to drift off into a hedge or into a fence or something when I'm not paying full attention. Anyway, just to update you on the Alfalfa and let you see we started our spring barley, and yeah, everything's going swimmingly at the moment. Might have, I don't know whether there's any other contracts to move the feed on to. There is a couple of contracts there, probably do, but I need to actually do it myself, bale wrapping and baling and that. So we'll just kind of picked a couple of contracts to just keep a little bit of income flowing. But for now, we've one headland nearly done. We've 46% in the tank, so that means we'll probably do the 2 headlands before we'll have to empty, which is fine by me. Moved on to the winter wheat. Combine's looking a bit dirty. 21,000 just over in spring barley. It's gone into the snail food mix, so that should stop the warning coming up about running out. We now have 3 grains producing in there, so hopefully that'll keep them all supplied. Hold on, and then do this again. I'm almost forgetting to clear the yield map. We're in field. I'll tell you what, I'll do it in both of them while I'm here. Clear yield map. Clear yield map. Might as well do this as well. And these, because I don't know whether these have anything on them, because well, the newer fields, I don't know where they have. Oh, okay, it should start to come up in the menu now. Or the little map in the corner. So this is going to go to the grain mill. The canola, we don't have anything to do, anything with the canola for canola oil. We might have to have a look at putting down a production for that, just to get our value out of it. So we'll have straw from all the fields to get off the fields, baled up and off the fields, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with them after that. For now, we're just concentrating on getting the harvest done. We have that 1 round bale wrapping contract to do, and other than that, we have nothing else lined up just yet. Probably have enough to fill us out in this episode anyway with what we have on, and we're going to be spending another episode in July, I would say, and we'll have to decide what crops we're going to put back in these fields and what way we're going to approach it. I haven't really thought about it, but I will do now while I'm doing this field. Here we go. I haven't even looked to see has anything else come up that I can send the worker off on, instead of having that tractor lying idle, still parked up in the field where we done the last contract, the cultivation contract. It's unusual to have a cultivation contract at this time of the year. It must have been a crop that was taken out of it early, like the wheat or barley, or some of them are a little bit earlier, the canola. Well, we've got quite a few crops ready with wheat, barley and canola, so just can't remember what was in it. And of course I'm curious to see will our, trying to lock on the cruise control, turn the lights on, trying to see will the alfalfa grow back now, or do we have to reseed or replant? But sure, it won't be a major issue anyway. Okay, I'll work away at this for now. Finished the winter wheat field. We got 19,934 litres. We're going to bring it down to the grain mill and get that going. Don't know where to stay on this path since we're moving straight down. Yeah, we picked up now. We've got up to a bit of a hill. Yeah, we've just a canola to do, and then of course we have our, that's the field we have to do our bale wrapping. Oh my god, there's a lot of bales in there. Pays out decent money, that's why I took it on. So every time we had that contract for that before, it was always for cutting the grass, so at least we don't have to be going around the mad. If you follow the GPS lines, it drive you mad. I actually done it without them the last time we were in our own field with the pasture or trough in the middle of it, the feeding trough in the middle. I done it without the lines because it if you're trying to use the lines, it has you going everywhere. Now, it's not that far down. We get this in, we'll get the mill re-kick started doing flour. And likewise, we're probably going to hang on to that until the top of the market and sell it then. Don't cross the road in front of me. I didn't see that. Did you see that? No, I didn't see that. Nobody there. This should be the turn in front of the car. Why not? And again. I don't know whether I can get in around the back. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to back in anyway. Last time I tried to get her in the other way, I had to back out. So, try to drive through from this side. There we go. Now, our mill leasing, it should be up the top. All mill, that's it, yeah. And we need to go down to wheat. Should be down the end. Winter wheat. Activate. Okay. There you go. So we're producing flour again. And we just have the canola to do. And then of course as I said, all the bales of all 4 fields. Actually, yeah, the alfalfa hay bales as well. And 3 bales of straw. We're going to have a lot of straw. So maybe in a position where we can sell off a portion of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the forage wagon down. I'm going to pick up from the fields closest to the cow barns and just load it in loose. I'm not going to bale it and then put the bales in. I'll just load it in loose until I actually fill them. And then we will bale the rest of it. Yeah, jump back in the tractor, it's easier. So that's the game plan moving forward. We'll get this harvest wrapped up and then I'm going to move on, as I said, and do the baling. But we're coming close enough to the end of this episode anyway. It's gone on fairly long enough now. But let's see what we get off the canola field first. Canola finished. Didn't take long. And what have we got? I'll jump into the tractor now and have a look. The trailer, we have 18,773. Yeah, 873. 773. So, quite good. Quite good again. You know what? Just park that for a minute. Let's throw this into the silo so we have some idea how much it's worth. Because we're not going to have any idea when it's in the trailer. I will look at and see is there any possibility of placing an oil mill that's not too out of character with the map. Just to fit it in so we could possibly process it rather than just... Now, the way I work it out is how much do you have to process? How much are you going to make extra? And how much is the production going to cost you? And when you do it that way, it's kind of a case of maybe we won't bother processing it all. Maybe we'll just keep it to the top of the market and sell it. Though moving forward, we're probably going to do more canola down the road. So you're going to end up with more use of the oil mill anyway if we do other oil-based crops like sunflower and flax and stuff like that. Now, let's see. Don't need that trailer, we can drop that there. Jump out of the tractor, close the silo door. A famous silo door that I couldn't find the first episode and I couldn't tip. And let's just park here for a second. You know what, I'm going to actually hook this up to the baler because that's going to be the next job on the cards. Yeah, I'm going to move the combine anyway. Sorry, just save the game since I'm going through the menu anyway. Okay, canola at the top of the market will be worth nearly 25,000, 24.5. So we'll hang on to that for the time being because it goes up 9,000. No, it's 8,000 more. It's worth. So yeah, it's quite good. We've already got a bit of flour, and that's going to be January as well. I was going to say, where have we got garlic? But the garlic is going into the goat milk. We need to move that now as well. Although it's only 300 litres. Milk. We need to move the milk. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Okay, let's go and get this off the field. And yeah, plan now. We have 2 grass fields ready to cut. We have the one in where are we? Can never find this. There we go. We can't visit it unless we're on the normal map. I want to see what stage is that. Stage 4, stage 3. Oh, we got 3s in between. But it is mostly stage 4. It's not like the other one, where there's a few patches. It doesn't really matter if we leave it. I think they have loads of food. They still do. So if this gets baled up, it's only going to be... let's go to harvest menu and have a look, because it'll show on that. You can see all the little dots. There's all the little patches, not that many. And field number 15, you can see it on that one as well, the way it just shows up because it's a meadow. Field number 15 is our grass field there, so that is ready. So with that in mind, I think we might, I think we'll do the grass. We'll get them done. And we get them baled up. But for now, for episode number 14, our first real harvest of fields we planted ourselves, we're done on Méchet. I'm not going to keep you in for the baling of the 2 fields. You're with me when I done them last time. I'll get them done and I'll update you at the start of the next episode as to the total number of bales we get of all the fields. I'll actually probably include it in the start of the next episode. I'm not going to go into that on this one because we've a lot of work to do to get through with the bales. It's all baling between our straw and between our grass fields, which are going to be turned into hay. So, episode number 14 in the bag from Méchet. I think you can say we made fairly decent progress. I don't know where to park this now because we have stuff in the way in the shed down there, so I'm just going to actually park it in the silage bay for now. It'll get moved out of there anyway, because I think we have we've more use for it next month, do we? I'm not too sure, but we'll just park it there for now anyway. So progress has been pretty good. I have to say I'm happy enough now with the first harvest. We'll do the usual, get the straw off the fields and mulch them and that, and see what else needs to be done moving forward. Haven't even thought about what crops are to go in. That's all for the next episode. We'll decide what crops we're going to put, where we're going to put them, and exactly where we're going to move on. One last thing, let's collect those 2 contracts. To just bump the money up to 24.5. So the other one is worth 10,000, the bale wrapping. I'm going to do that as well. And that'll all be updated in the start of the next episode. But thanks for joining me again on Méchet. Thanks for coming and visiting the channel again. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to follow this adventure, hit the notification bell. Hit the like as well on your way out, and do feel free to leave a comment. So until next time, all that's left for me to do for now from Méchet is say goodbye until the next time. Bye bye.